Question one, what makes you enraged? Um, Injustice, inequality, racism, sexism, bigotry, homophobia, um, pedophilia makes me very enraged. Everything about Donald Trump, um, harming children, everything that's going on in the ICE detention centers currently, ICE as a whole, uh, people who refuse to educate themselves on situations but assume that they are an expert, um, how America has handled this current health crisis of COVID-19, um, people in power trying to take your basic human rights away. Um, yeah. Question number two, when was the time that you got enraged and regretted it? There was once a very long time ago, many years ago, that I was downtown with my boyfriend. He's still my boyfriend. We went downtown to have a few cocktails, and somebody showed up, a gentleman that I had a restraining order against for quite good reasons. And when I went to the bathroom, my boyfriend went and asked this man to leave and said that you can't be around her, I was trying to defend my honor. And the woman that was with this man started becoming very aggressive and almost violent and threatening to my boyfriend. And my boyfriend continued to ignore her and continued to talk to the man, because she didn't have anything to do with it, and he's not the type to get in an altercation with a woman. And I come out and I hear these awful things that she's saying to him, and I have a tendency to get very defensive of people that I care about, and I became instantly enraged and called her a very, very, very discriminatory term, that's very hurtful and was very awful of me to say, and I instantly regretted it. And I never used that word before. I've never used that word since. Um, it was not justifiable, no matter what I thought of this person. Uh, a person's gender and race and brain chemistry and social status should not be a weapon, should not be used as a weapon. I feel bad about that all the time. Did she deserve to get called some things? Probably, but not that. Never that. Question number three, what does rage feel like? For me, rage is I get very jittery, get filled with a lot of adrenaline, get very hyper focused. I suddenly notice all the detail around me and everything moving. I try to absorb as much as I can. Get very hot, get very, very hot. Not necessarily sweaty, a little sweaty maybe, but very hot. It's probably because of the adrenal glands, but it's a very weird feeling. Um, Question number four, how can we make rage productive? There are several ways that I think rage can be very productive. I think that if you can filter your rage into an art form, you can use it to create something. You can create paintings, drawings, dance, music. Um, you a devised theater project. You can use it to create lots of things, and that's beautiful. I think that rage can also be productive by when you feel enraged about a certain topic, you go and you educate yourself, and you then educate others, and then you use the education to make um, a a vote. You go and vote. And to make an educated decision on who and what you're going to vote for and what you believe in. I think that our ancestors fought for way too many years for the rights for a lot of us to vote. Starting from the beginning with democracy being created in the first place, that way we could vote on the things that matter, to um, fighting for the right for women to vote, fighting for the right for people of color to vote. They fought too hard for us not to take advantage of that. and for us to not do something about it. I also think that rage can be very productive in the form of protest. Um, a lot of people in young America have been very upset with things that have been going on in our country over the past while and are doing something about it. They're either forming peaceful protests or they are forming organizations or foundations or resources for people or outreach programs, or just educating each other, and I think that them standing up and doing something about it is beautiful. I think that that's a great way to use rage in such a productive manner. I think that as a whole, they're tired of everyone sitting around and complaining but not doing anything about it. And they said, well, we're gonna. Is there a situation in life where rage and even violence is justified? Absolutely. I absolutely think so. And I think right now is the time where rage is absolutely justified. If you are a part of a group that has been being othered or discriminated against or whatever it may be, because of things that you are just a part of your being, the color of your skin, or you being your gender, or mental health issues, neurodivergent issues, certain handicaps or disabilities, or even certain like what class you rank in. Are you poor? Are you middle class? Whatever it may be. And people are discriminating against you and threatening to take away your rights as a human being, as an American citizen. You've absolutely justified in being filled with all the rage and being filled with all the anger and doing something about it. And I think that there are absolutely circumstances where violence is justified. If I am a protester and I am being peaceful, and a counterparty, may it be counter protesters or a militia or the police, a police squad, come and threaten my safety when I am exhibiting my American right, they threaten me, may it be my life or just threatening to injure me or just threatening to take away that life, that right away, and they use violence or aggression, my counter violence is absolutely justified. I think you have every right to fight for your survival, to fight for your right to live, to fight for your right to equality, no matter the means. That doesn't mean that it can be taken advantage of and that you have a right to just be violent to anyone and everything. I think that there are definitely steps that need to be taken before that happens, or things that need to counter happen before you get to a violent area. But there are 100% circumstances where violence is justified. On that note, let me tell you, if anybody ever threatens my daughter because she is a woman or because she is Hispanic, it's going to get very violent around us because that is inexcusable. So I can only imagine what these people on the front lines are feeling.